Yesterday I was sharing with some friends one of the practices that has helped me to overcome what, when I look back on it, was quite a bit of anxiety for most of my life. And as I look back on it now, how I actually overcame it was a little bit by happenstance. But now now I have a structure as a part of my day that really helps me to start my day with peace. And when I start my day with peace, inevitably peace tends to flow more, and I can rest my head and sleep at night. But I also look at this as the distinction between being on a path of peace versus a path of achievement. And when I look back 5 years ago, there was a clear inflection point between the path of achievement that I was on and the path of peace that I chose to step onto. And the core peace, stepping into peace has really been how I start my day. So for as long as I can remember, I've been an early riser, quite often getting up at 5 o'clock-ish. In many days now for me, it's as early as 4. But what's distinct about my schedule now versus 5 years ago is now, if you were to look at my calendar, you would see that the first few hours of my day, typically up until about 9:30, doesn't have anything committed to it. It's an open pocket of space. And the reason for that, and what I was sharing with my friends yesterday around overcoming anxiety, was that in a previous iteration, the front end of my day would be so jam-packed with things to do because I'm super productive. And I'll loop back to that in a minute. But my head would be spinning as I would go to bed about, okay, I got to make sure I wake up because I've got a commitment to this boot camp or this yoga class or, whatever it was, or, thinking about the project that I was going to be working on first thing in the morning. And that led to rumination, which led to insomnia, which, then really eliminated any sense of peace from my life. And I really got clear on this a few days ago because I was watching an interview between Joe Dispenza and Reed Tracy, who's the CEO of Hay House, who publishes some of his books. And he was talking about having this 2-hour window in his mornings where there's no structure to it. And I realized that, that has been such a core part of what really gives me a pocket of peace in the first part of the day. And it doesn't mean that I don't do things or accomplish things in that window. It just means that I allow the day to, life to come to me, as opposed to me chasing what I think I'm meant to do. And that has been so I clearly want to distinguish the path of achievement, which is here are all the things that I want to do, versus here's what life is asking of me, because it really is a surrender to life or God's plan. And that is what I firmly believe the path of peace is rooted in and grounded in, is God's plan for us and not our human plan. I wanted to capture that distinction because yeah, it really jumped out to me that that has been a big part of what over the last 5 years has helped me to start more days than not in a space of peace. And from there, then some days get really busy. But when they start that way, they're rooted and grounded in peace. And B, I have the ability to sleep at night, knowing that, I've got this window in the morning to wake up to and to allow God and Spirit to support me with navigating whatever it is that I'm navigating throughout the course of the day.